Anthony here. I hope you're having a fantastic day wherever you are in the world. I want to show you these signals. Trading can be tough at the best of times, right? And you need a reliable system to give you trade signals that, well, will give you an edge in the markets. So you can see these here have been performing really well. We're only looking at where we've taken a trade. We're not looking at these other signals. And I'll explain that. We had one stop loss hit. So let's just go back and I'll explain what we've got here and how we take these signals. So what we're looking for is the first signal to go off, which is this one here, okay, and that fires on the chart as well. That's the boss. And then when that fires, we just come into the chart and we set up this signal, and then we take the signal. Well, we take the trade on this signal here. So this one goes off. We take that trade as soon as that guy fires. That's it. Simple as that, right? So we'll just go through and have a look. Okay, that's our first signal. And then we're looking for entry on that next signal. Pretty simple, really. So we set up an alert for that. And that's going to be permanent. And then we come in and we set up. And by the way, we can continue to take these. And then we come up and we set a trade entry alert. So this one's just to bring us into the chart to tell us to set up this one. And then when that goes off, we just take that trade. Simple as that. In the video, I'm going to show you how to set up the indicators, the settings. But let's just go back and have a look at these. So we had one stop loss taken out off that. Fair enough. But, I mean, have a look and see how many of these actually worked out. Just keep going back. I mean, it's a pretty reliable system. And we have an alert that goes off to take profit or exit the trade. That's that little blue dot. There'll be little blue and orange dots. That's our TP or our exit alert. Yeah, so we're looking for only sell signals in the red zone and only buy signals in the green zone. Yeah, see, so our first signal goes off here, and then we take the next sell signal, and you can build on your position, you can add to it. That goes off, then you come in and you take these, and eventually you might get taken out on that last signal. But if you've got multiple trades open on those, that's insignificant. I mean, how far do you want to go back? All right, so you can see just how powerful this is. Look at that. Okay, so it's just using one chart. Yeah, that one might have caught you out. So you got to wait for this label first and then the sell signal after. These buy signals here, there's no indication to buy, and it's also in the red zone. So we really only want red opportunities. That was okay. That worked out. Yeah, I mean even that worked out, because you're going to be looking for, like if you entered there, you're going to be looking for the exit point on that. In fact, your exit, see these? Okay, that's an exit signal right there. And that's coming off the trend channel indicator. It gives you these crosses and it gives you the dots. See these crosses down here as well? Crosses up here. So, if that was a buy, that would be your exit. But anyway, we stick to the plan and stay with the trend. So, well, yeah, look at these, see? I mean, every now and again, or more often than not, you're going to get a move like that. I mean, look at this trade. Short position on that. Stop loss goes on the little red dots up here, right? You've got the combination of the red dots and the thing that's this red shaded zone that's tracking the price behind here. You can see that. Yeah, I mean, so you ignore this one. Oh, actually, it's a bit too far away. You want to get them pretty close together. That's a bit too far away. You could actually take these trades as well if you wanted to. Like these that one there. You could go directly off that. So you could take that trade and then go for the next. Okay, so you'll open your first trade. I mean, you could open a first trade on that and then open the second one on that if you wanted to. Gold, it's pretty volatile. So you ignore those because you got to have the confirmation from. Oh, maybe we're going back too far now, and it doesn't. The look back on TradingView won't see that. That's fine. So. Yeah, I mean, copy that. So you would take that trade there if you wanted to, and then take that next buy signal. That's not a bad idea, really. So here's the settings. In fact, what we can do, if you want to narrow it down, All right, you could look for the trend momentum sink. If you come down to the bottom on the inputs, scroll all the way down, and just select the first three only. That will reduce a lot of signals, and it will take you back to the first three signals that fire in any given setup. Okay, so it eliminates a lot of those other signals. So yeah, you'd take that, but see how it's missed out. You've missed out this one here. Up to you. But anyway, the settings, I'm inclined to let it run with all the signals. It's very aggressive. All right, so that's all. Tide time frame 1 hour. That's it. All right, so go OK on that. So you're going to be trading a 30-minute chart. That's a trend momentum sink. The trend channel, there's no changes to make, I don't think. Oh, yeah, we could actually, let's just have a quick look in here. I reckon leave it at default. Let's just reset settings. We'll set that to default. Trend track multi, I'm going to be tracking the 4 hour time frame. So that's the only setting you want there. That's it. All right. And then down here, you can set up. All right. Go for default. So just reset. And then the only change you need to make, if you want to trade on Friday, you can click that. The next change you can make would be, all right, to come back. Oh, that's the velocity. Yeah, the 1 hour and 4 hour, that would be the wave and the tide. In fact, if we set that to default, reset, yeah, all it does really is just takes out that Friday trading. So yeah, Friday not recommended. Go OK. That's it. That's your settings. Now the alerts, well, you're going to want this one to be a permanent alert. So 3 dots, add alert, and you've got to go down to, yeah, any alert or function. That'll give you both. Message, it's velocity logic. I'm going to make it play a droplet, notify in the app. Just, that's telling you to get ready. Okay, and then settings, do that. 1 hour, 30-minute chart, create. So that's on, all right? So anytime that fires now, I'm going to get that alert. So when that fires, it'll bring you into the chart. So let's just say you've come in here. Well, you can take that trade. So that's one trade in, and you're going to follow the dots. So the stop loss goes. Look, you can go for. You got a couple of options. One is to follow. See this green shade? All right, that's the level there. And you've also got these green dots, and that's that level there. I'm inclined to go with the furthest signal out in the beginning. So I'd go on those green dots, and then as the trade progresses, you'll be able to trail it up, trailing it, using the even these dots here. So bring it into the shaded zone, and then as it continues further, bring it up to the dots. This first row of dots, you got 2 rows of dots. So there's 3 levels here, but as you you gain a bit of distance with it, yeah, you want to tighten up your stop and run on these dots here. That's all you got to do. Now, when you enter this trade, so you've got your entry, you've got your stop loss, your exit, you're going to set up the trend channel. See these orange dots? Right, there they are. That's a little bit early, but after about 1 hour, you want to look to possibly take 50% of your position off. All right, so that's going to give you your TP, and that's starting to fire here through here. It's a bit early there. This one here is about 1 hour. You could look to take partial profits off here and then definitely up the top here. All right, so once you take the trade, you then come into the trend channel, 3 dots, add alert. And is it a bullish? Okay, so you're looking for TP exit bullish trade or TP exit bearish trade once per bar. I changed that to a something pretty noisy. Go create. That's gold. Have a look through some others if you like. I don't know. The euro dollar's pretty popular. So is the dollar CAD, dollar Swiss. Let's have a look. All right, that goes off first. Well, that one caught you out. It was a bit advanced in terms of this price move. I mean, you don't want to be chasing price. Fibonacci high to low. You probably want to wait for a bit of a pullback into like up in here. But anyway, let's just have a look. Okay, so maybe you get caught out on one. It doesn't matter. 1 hour, you take your partial profit there, and that, well, 1.7R, that's in the money then. Doesn't matter then if that one gets turned, if that one gets taken out. So you lose 1R here, but you gain another 1.5. Short position, all right, that was nice. Okay, short position, take it there. That turned out really well. And then you're going to enter again on that one. I mean, so you can see, yeah, I mean, again, this one here, you just got to watch price. I mean, you don't want to be trading at the end of a move like that. You know, you want that pullback. In any case, I mean, if you took that, your stop loss is going to go, well, it's going to go up in the cloud. I was initially talking about, you know, the outer level, then you got that inner level there. Just depends where you want to put your stop loss. You don't want to go too tight. This first row of dots is after you've gained a little bit of traction with it, you know, but you could throw it up in there to start with. Okay, so eventually that kind of rolled right over there and was really a nice outcome. And then you can pull your stop loss and trail it. This is pretty volatile. Look at this. So you might want to stay away from currencies, pairs that are really volatile like this. Let's just try the euro dollar. I think that's a much better currency pair to trade. Oh, well, there's still a bit of volatility there, of course. Oh, yeah, we're looking at the end of the year, Christmas. Of course, there's going to be volatility. But, I mean, long position, there's your first signal. So you got 2 trades you can open there. See, this is why this gets you out of trouble. If you have a look, long position, see down here the green shaded zone. All right, that first row of dots is too tight. Look at that. And then you got that rotation. That was a really nice outcome. Yeah, I mean, Christmas is pretty wild, guys. You know, you most likely don't want to be, I mean, this is the 17th of December, I suppose. You know, that last week heading into Christmas. But, you know, I don't want to make excuses, so that one was okay. If you place your stop loss on that shaded zone there, they're not all going to be amazing, but quite a few of them will be, for sure. Look at that. Okay. It'll get you into some of these really nice trades. And the other thing you can do is keep an eye on the 4-hour time frame, and then you can actually increase your win rate exponentially if you keep an eye on how the 4-hour chart is trending. In fact, you could scrunch that up and get a bit of an idea. So see how the backgrounds are green? All right, so you know, you could assume that this is a 4-hour and you're looking for low to high pullback, low to high pullback, low to high pullback, okay, on the 4-hour, low to high pullback. And then, you know, these buy signals will make a lot of sense. So keep that in mind. Just keep an eye on that 4-hour pullback. So you don't want to be getting long when this is extending. So actually, here it is here, look. This is the 4-hour swing low, swing high here. You know, you really want that. There's a pullback down in there, but, you know, you want that 4-hour price swing and pullback, like low to high and a pullback, see? And then you want to get in, you don't want to get involved with that. Look, sometimes that'll work and then it'll just keep going, I suppose. All right, but if you stick to the rules with the stop loss, even if you entered up here, you've got the green dots down below to keep you out of trouble. See those green dots down there, right? So that got you out of trouble. So even if you bought up here, there's your green dots, the outer green dots, the outer level. And then as it progresses and you gain traction, then you can start to move it up, follow the inner green shade and then the inner green dots. All right, but I mean, you can see now this is the 4-hour pullback. See how it's extended. So tracking the 4-hour chart, you got low to high. You don't want to get long there. That one, yeah, well, you probably got taken out on that one. This one's really nice. Swing low, swing high. See that pullback there? So that was a nice outcome. And again, just going with that 4-hour price structure. So you're looking for anything after that as it starts to rotate. That's a nice signal there. Really nice. And, you know, the green behind you is telling you that the 4-hour is bullish. So I think if you stick to this sort of logic, yeah, watch out for these. You know, but you want to get involved back down in here when that first kicks off on a pullback. Take these two and then let the rest go. Anyway, guys, look, that's the euro dollar. What else is actually, I think the pound dollar would be similar. New Zealand dollar might be okay. Maybe the dollar CAD. Just have a quick look. Okay, look at these. See? Nice. Really nice. These two signals right there. Background is bearish, so we really only want sell opportunities. And again, scrunch it up so you get that 4 hour, high-low pullback. High-low pullback. And you take these sell signals on the pullback for sure. After this guy, I mean, you just get used to price action after a while, I guess. High-low, high to low pullback. So you might want to avoid, so when it's really extended like that, potentially avoid something like that. But when it pulls back, then you've got all of this to run with. So anywhere where you see, a bit of a price swing, you can take them. Maybe that one didn't work out, but all of the others did. I mean, look at these. Really nice. Sell. Look at these up here. Sell, 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 guys. Okay, so you wait for that label to paint first. Take that one if you like. And then you got the others kicking in after that. Okay, in the green, you're only going to be buying. Look at that. Especially early on in the green and early on in the red zone, that's the better signals. As it progresses, like at the end of the green, it gets a bit long in the tooth. Eventually, it's going to roll over, but this will give you some really nice signals. All right, you can gain access to these guys, and I would highly recommend you backtest and get ready for a big 2026. Okay, access. If you go to my website, anthonyfx.com, you'll see the link to VIP. Just click on that, and that'll give you, depending on the plan you want, either a 7-day or a 14-day trial. Try it, and if it works, the 7-day is only $29.95 after that per month. I mean, pay for it with your first trade. All right. Okay, guys, with that, have a great day. And, we're heading into New Year. I won't be trading this week. But after the 1st, I'll be back in action. So with that, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.